It's firewood season still. We've only been out to get one load and that's not enough. Just bringing the old 66s. We tried the 880 on small wood last trip and it's just too much. So we're just gonna take the normal saws and cut some, you know, the trees are small. So it'll take 2 trees to get a load, which is no big deal. Hopefully we can find a big tree here sometime and we'll get back to using the 880. But for now, we'll just have to live with these fine specimens. All right, I'm gonna get on the road and get us up there before it gets too hot. Should be a pretty nice piece of wood. Oh, sometimes getting to them's the funnest part. Looks like that's a fairly clear shot. Pretty steep. Looks like it's too brushy up where it's at though. This will be pretty easy to trip it, catch my breath here, and it's pretty out. What a nice day. It's cool. Got some clouds. Can't beat that for cutting wood. All right, let's get this thing on the ground. Well, hopefully that was a good spot. Nice piece of wood. Very nice piece of wood. Get attached to this thing so we can pull it out of there. Hopefully we don't get it too dirty. You know, I'm gonna bump some knots here so we don't have to do it later. I'm gonna load everything off that truck and back it up. Nice if you can get your tree, you know, up there. You don't have to, you can deal with all the branches in the road. That's a good shot, straight with the road. We'll probably be able to give that a tug and get it right out of there. There we go. Now we got it. Okay, so I couldn't cut those off, so they were hanging up on all them trees up there. So we had gravity on our side and we got it out without breaking my cable. That sling was in there stretching, and that's what kept that from breaking. Otherwise you just snap that thing right in two. It ain't very big. So all right, well, we're gonna get to working this thing up. All right, let's get this sucker loaded. Well, it split too bad, but definitely tougher than Tamarack. Got a few more blocks and keep working her up. That's pretty easy wood getting. lot better than that. Whew. A little bit sticky out though, kind of humid. Okay, one thing about red fir, it doesn't split as good as tamarack, so I have to do a bit more work at this. But if you can find the way it's splitting easiest and then stick with that with all the pieces, I bet you there's a way. So we're just going to try one way and see how it goes, and then I'll try the other way, and or maybe the first time I'll get it right. But normally I would split them just like this if it was tamarack and it was easy to split, because then the pieces will stand up and they won't all fall over. In this case, if it's easier to split it a different way, I'm just gonna. So that's why that's going on. We'll try it, you know, the way we got it set up. So that was pretty much not easy. So we're going to try it maybe like this. So that's about it. Is this angle. I rolled all them pieces all about the same. That split pretty good, so we're just gonna roll with that all the way down and see if it stays that way. Yeah, 2 hits. That's what we're looking for. Okay, so I mean, that was definitely it. 2 hits, you know. I mean, the difference between swinging the small twice versus 4 times is huge for getting your load of wood. Be all wore out by the time I got it done. So that works pretty good. Just find that easy spot, you know. Sometimes I'll have a check in it and you'll know where it's at. But this one doesn't have one yet, so maybe we'll find it later. I'm gonna go ahead and quarter a bunch of these and get them loaded. Again, it's just easier to stack it if I get down on my knees, because I'm so tall and bending over, it's just a lot more work. So for the first part of this, I just got my chaps on, so it's like having knee pads. You know? Doesn't really hurt my knees at all. Okay, back tuck up a little and get some more cut. Nice when bark comes off. That splitting part is, this red fir is definitely makes it more work, you know. That's for sure. It just don't split like tamarack. All right, we'll get another chunk cut up. Okay, we talked about maybe the piece of wood having a check in it. So we're gonna take a look at that. So here it is. This will be your guide of where to split it the first time. You can see this check. So that's where we want to be working it over. That's definitely where it's gonna split the easiest for sure. So we'll go ahead and split this up, and that's how we're gonna do it. We're gonna hit that first to get it apart, you know, and then the other side is only half as much, so it ain't too bad. The other thing you want to do is clean up the road. You know, don't leave your crap laying all over the place and you're tripping over it and the next guy runs over this truck and rips his brake line off or something. Clean up the road as you go. Kick the branches out. It's a lot easier on you and everybody else. Sun's coming out. That's going to make it more fun. Get hot quick doing that. And hopefully we're going to be in the shade here a little bit. Yeah, look like it. Okay, back her up a little and finish loading that. So I drug this out to this point, and it looks to me like the only thing holding it up there is that little hemlock. Green, we already destroyed it, so we'll get on the uphill side of this and cut that off and see if this will roll down the road. Then I don't have to skid it again, be in the road, and we're done. So we're gonna give that a try, see what happens. Well, it's not gonna cooperate. So we'll just cut a piece off and roll it out of the ditch. It'll be a pain, but I don't want to skid it anymore because it gets all dirty. And then you can't cut it, so we'll just fight it. It'll be all right. All right, that was definitely more of a fight than it should have been. That's all right. We're gonna win. We'll get her worked up and get it in here. Got some bugs. Mosquitoes are pretty bad today. Nice stuff. Very peaceful out this morning. I'm on a dead end road, so nobody's bugging me. Definitely doesn't split like Tamarack though. Oh, what my dad used to say, "Oh boy, get with it. Truck ain't gonna load itself." Good old dad. her up a little and do some splitting. When you get a piece like that, I'm gonna hit it 3 times and it ain't split. So I'm just gonna totally 180 and see if it'll split the other way instead of fighting it. Try to roll that out of the ditch, but I don't think I can. And then we'll cut it up. Well, that's it for the cutting portion. I don't know if it's quite going to be a load, but we'll get her split up here and find out. Okay, so we've got to the butt and now it's really hard to split. When I was younger, I'd just go for it and beat on it, but not anymore. So I'm gonna go get a Stihl wedge and we'll show you how that works. This is Stihl wedge. It when you have wood you can't split and you do it by hand, this is how you fix it. So I hit it here already, so that's where I'm going to set this. We're just going to give it to get it set, and then we're going to hit her a couple times. And then that drives that piece of wood apart, so now I can split it. Now that it's in half, I can probably finish it off without it. That takes a lot less effort than sitting there beating on it, not getting anywhere. So you can, I mean, this piece is going to be the same. So we'll just hit it once and put our steel wedge and do the same thing. It's a lot easier than trying to swing as hard as you can, you know, and get that to split. All right, well, it wasn't quite a full load. We're missing a little bit there. I think we'll go ahead and run down the road. I thought I saw a down tamarack that maybe we could finish out with quite a ways down the road. I think we'll just pack up and hope that works out, and if it don't, I guess that's good enough. I'm gonna get buttoned up and roll on out of here. We made it home. Nice load of wood. Now we gotta get it stacked up. Got her set up here, got our wood to put it on. Got some T-posts down there. Should all fit in this row, I hope. There's our wood from the other week. That's nice. All right, looks good. I'm gonna get her in the pile and hopefully go sit in the shade for a while. That'd be good. All right, we're getting her worked up. Looking pretty good. Got a row and a half or so to go. I don't know if it's gonna fit or not. I might have to start another row. That's cool. Pretty nice wood. All right, we'll have it wrapped up here shortly. It's going good. Not too hot out, so that's a good deal. I'm a little tired though, but we're getting through it. So we'll get back to when we're done. All stacked up. The old first gen is empty. We're ready for another adventure.